There is so much pressure from government stimulus. I mean, the amount of money that has been pumped into the economy to support sustainable initiatives in onshore manufacturing between the Inflation Reduction Act and the infrastructure bill, there is going to be tremendous amount of innovation that happens in the sustainability field as a whole. I don't believe there's any way that's not going to impact positively the construction industry.
What is your view on just kind of the landscape today? A lot of things have changed, especially we kind of went through the housing crisis and it felt like construction slowed down. And then all of a sudden, very low interest rate decade, trillions of dollars pumped in the economy, and it went just on hyperdrive. And now rates are, the Fed keeps moving up rates. And do you think we're going to go through another phase of tightening up supply? And do you think that's going to have an impact on how people think about sustainable construction at all?
Definitely think in general, real estate got hit differently than venture capital. Like venture capital is like all based on future potential returns. And so as interest rates go up, your net present value gets negatively hurt. So like future cash flows are worth less. Well, real estate, you're more a shorter term cash driven model. You're looking for stability, basically the amount of cash that you can generate. So as interest rates have gone up, it's squeezed the profits for a lot of these businesses. So I think to your point, like in the short run, we're going to see a tightening of the belt and probably a reduction in new supply. And that's true. Like if you look at right now, there's more construction cranes in the US than there has ever been in the history of the US. So, but the issue is that construction is a slow industry. Like you have to go through 2+ years of getting something permitted, and then you have to go through another couple of years of construction. And so your delay, just when you see cranes in the air, it's reflective of kind of decisions people made 3 to 4 years ago. But if you look at the number of new permits have fallen dramatically from where they were just last year. And so depending on the city you're in, I mean, we're seeing certainly double-digit reductions. And in some cases, it's 30, 40, 50% reduction in the number of new permits. So I think we will see a dramatic decrease in supply for a period of time. Inflation is a real estate owner's best friend. It's like at some point in a free economy will figure itself out, and generally will result in real estate being an asset class that is able to capture inflation. So it's kind of a short-term issue, but like stepping back over a period of 10 years, I think it'll be kind of a blip in time that will get resolved. Because like at the end of the day, people need to live somewhere. And right now the cost of ownership is a lot more expensive. So I think a lot more people are going to move towards apartments. And so as a result, I think it's going to be a benefit to the apartment industry. I think the home industry is kind of going to suffer from a lack of supply for a few years. But to answer your question about sustainability, software companies for the last 20 years have ruled the day. You look at the biggest companies in the world, a lot of them are software companies that were able to scale infinitely. And most innovation happened in software because it was easy to scale, and we didn't have all that underlying infrastructure that was capable of taking advantage of technology. In most factories, the equipment that you're using in those factories, if it's running on a computer at all, it's running on an operating system that is 15+ years old. We're now getting to this turning point. Like you've seen companies like Tesla, for instance, there's more software engineers working at Tesla than there is car manufacturers. The convergence of software and hardware businesses is just starting to happen. There's this massive trend that I think is going to permeate through our entire generation, onshore manufacturing that happens. And all these big industrial companies that have, like real estate, that have operated in kind of a snail's pace are all of a sudden going to get hit with this wave of innovation. It's not going to happen overnight because all this infrastructure has to get upgraded. But I think we're just starting to see the wave of that happen right now.